Hi guys, in the last few videos I have been talking about some automations which I have built for myself and for businesses as well, which have a lot of value. But today I'm not going to show you any of that automations. I'm going to talk about the 5 basic automations that all businesses according to me should have so that they can thrive in this AI driven economy. So let us get to it. The first AI automation is a customer support chat agent. Now this chat agent can work on chatbots through chatbots or voice agents as well. And I think it is clear from the name that it acts as a customer support. It can answer FAQs, it can track the orders, and it can do various other functions that the customer might have during his process. So for example, if your business is e-commerce and the customer visits the website and he needs to navigate the whole website, so how will you be able to do that? You can't have a human do that actually, right? Because you cannot track it. However, you can have a chatbot which appears on the side and helps the user track, or you can also have a voice agent for which the user can access to get support. This is how the whole customer support works. And what the great deal of advantage that a customer support provides is that it can be multi-deployed, it can be deployed anywhere you want. Secondly, it can have scalability. You can scale it at a larger level, so you can have it on your websites, you can have it on your WhatsApp, you can have it anywhere. Thirdly, it also reduces the manpower load and optimizes the cost as well, because the same amount of cost that you will spend on your employees, you can spend the whole thing for maintaining the chatbot, and it can work 24/7 as well. These are some advantages which the chatbot or the voice agent, any type of customer support you can have. The second AI driven automation that all businesses should adopt is a lead qualification and appointment setter agent. Now how this agent works is that, of course, many days you get a lot of new leads, right, from other advertising campaigns and from websites and many other places, right? And of course, many of those leads, I think 60 to 70% of the leads are wasted because they eat your time and they do not have the real query which you want to set the sales, right? So from leads to sales is a huge process which a human, if it does, requires a lot of time and effort. This can be optimized using AI. How is that? For example, a new lead comes. The AI agent engages with those leads via chat or voice anywhere, and after that it has some scoring criteria. So it has in its system prompt that, okay, if the user inquires about this, or if the user talks about this minutes, this time, so you report this score to the user. So as the conversation is going, the lead or the user is getting scored, and after that you can set a criteria that, okay, if the user or the lead which you get exceeds this score, then classify it as a hot lead. If it is not, then below it's a warm lead and then cold lead. And depending on that, you can assign a human being to talk to the hot leads only, and then the hot leads will get converted into sales. So this is how the whole process of lead qualification works. And the warm leads and the cold leads, you can also appoint a human for a warm lead as well. But for a cold lead who's not interested, there is no need in appointing a human to contact that, right? So this is why the lead qualification agent has a lot of value in your business, because it can qualify the leads and then filter out only those leads which have the ability to get converted to sales. The third use for AI automation in a business is back office automation. Now what do I mean by back office automation is very simple. Back office automation is basically that all the procedures which are taking place behind the customer's knowledge. So uploading the invoices into Google Sheets, or classifying emails, or reading PDFs, or doing data entry. So all these, so I named 4 of the functions, but many of the functions which takes place without the user's knowledge, but which are very important to the businesses. This can be optimized using AI. How? So all these, so let me take one of the functionalities which I spoke about. So for example, email sorting. Of course, there can be an AI agent which classifies the email which you get. So you have a company email, right? So whenever you get a new email from the company to the company, you can classify, the AI agent can classify the new email as if it is important, urgent, or does not require immediate attention, or is not important. So for example, 3 on top of my head I can name, and on this way you can classify it, and depending on that you can also transfer that email to the the personnel who is actually involved in replying back to the email. So this way you can appoint this email classifier. Also, by storing data inside a document, right? You have a lot of data, and a human, what happens nowadays is a human actually types it into a CRM. So apart from typing that, the AI can actually filter out the information which is needed to be typed into a CRM and then input it itself, so that it eliminates the work of a human. And the human can, of course, this saves a lot of manpower, a cost, time, and a lot of human talent as well, which can be utilized elsewhere in the business. I'm sure you would be realizing what a great opportunity this is. The fourth AI agent which a business can employ in its working is actually a great one. It is a personalized marketing and retention engine. Now, how does this work is that, now let me share you the workflow and you will see that it is actually pretty amazing. So for example, a customer comes to you, right? And he gets an appointment done, or he buys a product from you or anything like that. Now after that, what happens? You lose the customer, or the customer goes elsewhere, or if the customer does not convert, if it is not a sale, if only it inquires about you and you get the information about the customer, what happens usually is that you do not do anything about it, right? And after a customer gets appointment from you, what happens is he gets a regular weekly email blast or something like that, which are not customized for that particular user. Now this AI agent, how this works is that it takes in all the users query and what the user talked about and the user's detail, right? And after that, it every week or every day, depending on what your business is, you can send WhatsApp messages or emails or anything like that, or SMSs, so that the user gets informed about what new products you have, or some latest features or anything like that. Now this way, and this message will be particularly customized to the user. This way the user feels that, okay, the customer feels that, okay, now this company actually cares about me and it is actually sending personalized messages. This decreases the churn rate and also increases the retention of the customers to the particular company. It increases the brand loyalty. Now the fifth and the last type of AI agent that the business need is a AI voice calling for cold and CNR leads. Now this is particularly for voice calling, but you can use it for chatbots as well. What happens is, of course, many days you get leads, and from that lead you can qualify, like I talked about lead qualification agent, right? So hot leads, warm lead, and cold leads. Cold leads are ones that are not interested in your business at all and do not want to set an appointment or want to buy anything, right? So they go into the cold leads. And what happens is, a business, particularly in general, always focus on the hot leads and the warm leads. And what happens is the cold leads get accumulated. You have all the information about the user, the customer, but you do not do anything about it because they are cold, they are not interested, right? And these get accumulating over a large period of time. So business particularly has around 1,000 to 5,000 cold leads at a time. Let me take you an example. So if there is a 5,000 cold leads in a business, it is not humanly possible to call all those leads and then inquire about how is the present condition of the patient or the present condition of the customer, right? It is not possible. However, it is not possible for a human, but it is of course possible for an agent, right? An agent can talk to many people at a time, and then they can qualify that, okay, if that customer is still not interested, or if they show a particular interest. Now this can be very good for testing purposes as well, because a business does not do anything with cold leads, right? And they are all getting wasted. And if there is an AI agent who actually calls those cold leads one by one for a large period of time, for example 5,000 leads I took, so it is calling one by one all those leads, and after some period of time it has called all the leads, and for example out of those 5,000, if only 10 or 15 are interested and they want to set an appointment, and the agent is successfully able to set the appointment, what happens is the business gets 10 to 15 free customers, which they do not have to pay for because they already paid for when they came as leads, right? So this way they can also include the past cold leads as well, so that nothing goes wasted. So these were all the 5 AI automation that I think the business should include in their workings. And all these AI agents are referring to different parts of business. Of course, the core business can never be replicated by an AI, and what is the main part of the business is the core. However, the secondary things, for example, the marketing or customer experience or customer support or lead qualification and cold leads calling, all these type of functions can be regulated by AI and they can be done so better than humans. So they can replace manpower and save your cost as a business as well. So this was it for today's video. I hope you found the content valuable. If you did, please share in the comment section below if you have any feedback for future videos. Also share in the comment section below which out of the following you think will be the most applicable to the business. If you want to connect with me or collaborate with me or want to talk about deploying these agents in your own business, feel free to message me at shivanshanand0110@gmail.com. Thank you and have a wealthy life ahead.